Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us again on another edition of the Jboy Show. Excited to welcome producer for the SEC channel on SiriusXM, Frank Fowler. Going to get him on here, talk a ton of SEC football. But first, I do got to give a shout out to our partners at betonline.ag. Head over there today. The sign-up bonuses are awesome, whether it's Major League Baseball, NBA playoff, anything they got going, anything in the sports world where there's going to be some numbers on, they're going to have it. That's betonline.ag. Head over there today and tell them that Jboy sent you. My monologue today is one and looking forward to the season and looking at these week one matchups. And I've had a lot of people on social media email asking me, Georgia fans specifically, do I think the week one matchup against Clemson and Charlotte is make or break for Georgia's season and their ability to make the playoff? And there's a couple ways to look at it. If you look at it from Clemson's angle, with the way the ACC is, I don't think they're going to have a problem running through that, getting in the conference championship game. So it's really not make or break for them. But if you look at Georgia, and you can never look ahead, and I understand that, but from a fan's perspective, Clemson and most likely Alabama in the SEC championship game. If you lose the Clemson game, do you have to beat Alabama in the SEC championship game to get into the playoff? Since it's still 4, I think yes. I think Oklahoma's going to have a ton of success in the Big 12. Ohio State's going to do their thing. Alabama's probably going to be there, and you never know the unknowns, with Notre Dame and all this other, you never know. So I think if Georgia, if you're under the auspices of if this is a make or break game, I think it is. And I got Georgia win the national championship. If Georgia wins this game, they can still afford a loss to Alabama in the SEC championship, or if they stumble along the way, can still have a chance to beat Alabama and get into the playoff. But if you lose this one, that SEC championship game, and again, you can't really see the future, but it almost becomes must win. And if you look at a lot of lines right now, you got Clemson at -3. I've seen Clemson at -4 in some. I'm taking Georgia all day. I think Georgia's going to win the game. But there is some concern, and I think Georgia fans are right to worry that if they lose this game, regardless if it's by 1 point or 10 points, you cannot stumble during the regular season, whether it's Florida, whoever. Doesn't matter. You cannot afford to stumble. And then you have to beat what is most likely going to beat Alabama in an SEC championship game. So for the people that are nervous or worried about Georgia being out of it after the first week, you're not out of it. But if you lose that first game with all the hype and all the accolades and all the pressure and all this stuff that we know goes along with Georgia right now, with where they are in the pecking order and what Kirby has built, you could be facing a big problem. And we all know what Saban's assistants' records are against him, and we know how Georgia's been up at halftime and this, that, and the other. Now, I do think they have the guys to do it. We're just going to have to see. So is week one make or break for Georgia? A lot of it is. I don't think you can outright say that they're going to be out of it by any stretch of the imagination if they lose, but it'd make it a whole hell of a lot easier and increase the chances a whole hell of a lot if they're able to get past Clemson, because that's going to be a huge win when it comes down to it. Even if they do lose to what's most likely going to be Alabama in the SEC championship game, they should still be able to get in there. That's my monologue for today. Let's get Frank Fowler in here, and let's help you win the water cooler.